When a narcissist is caught lying, this is the result. It's heartbreaking that narcissists can inflict so much suffering on others without experiencing any guilt. It defies logic that a person may cause harm and not feel remorse, but continue about their day infecting others while remaining unnoticed. What about the suffering of others? But what happens when their lies are exposed? Narcissists are self-aware enough to know that the damage they do is on purpose. They can act sympathetic since they have experienced something similar. They will continue to disregard it so long as doing so serves their interests. They can't possibly fathom what it's like to be in your position because they lack empathy. Furthermore, their lack of emotional intelligence causes them to be shunned by the general public. They don't worry about anyone else and are out to hurt people. A narcissist may find it difficult to admit that they have done anything wrong and should change. A narcissist may resort to damaging actions if they perceive a barrier between themselves and what they want. What do they do when they have evidence, but nobody to pin it on? They don't feel bad or sorry for their behavior, and they don't see any other options. The sad truth is that they don't appear to give a damn. Either they carry on as usual, downplaying the significance of their error, or they break up and start seeing someone else. Narcissists can be identified by how they deal with defeat and disappointment in the past. Narcissists are notorious for taking extreme precautions to prevent a recurrence of the devastation they've caused, despite the fact that they often feel no sorrow or remorse for their actions. Narcissists, by their very nature, are incapable of genuine regret. Any negative feedback they receive will be channeled into one of the following thought processes. Keep in mind that narcissists are always looking for justifications for their behavior. They can try to justify their bad actions by pointing the finger at someone else. The paranoia and constant concern for their safety brought on by this character flaw leads individuals to believe that everyone is trying to get them. They might use this to rationalize the measures they take. Finally, when confronted with the repercussions of their conduct, narcissists prefer to minimize the gravity of the situation. It's possible for the narcissist to react excessively, even if the other person has no malice in mind. The vicious attacks launched during their smear campaigns are often misunderstood or even laughed off as harmless teasing. But they are being honest because they want the other person to understand how much they despise them. This is just another layer of sarcasm or black humor. The narcissist will insist they are right no matter what you say. To trick you, they might tell you something almost similar, hoping that you'll fall for it. When they're done torturing someone, they'll just throw them away. Selective amnesia is another tactic regularly employed by narcissists. This is how they get people to believe that they have moved on from their bad actions of the past. Narcissists are extremely self-absorbed people who are always looking to place blame elsewhere. They put venting their ire and holding a grudge higher priority than letting go and moving on. As a result, they could shift their attention away from their own problems and onto the plights of those around them as a means of evading accountability. They tend to repress or skew memories in ways that make it hard to call upon them. Their end game is for you to believe this and give up, forgetting everything that has happened. Narcissists, in an effort to cover up their blunders, frequently misinterpret their own actions in order to minimize the gravity of their slip-ups. They downplay or ignore the gravity of the issue in order to rationalize their behavior and shirk accountability. They are not willing to take responsibility for their actions, but instead constantly point fingers at others. Their refusal to accept blame is indicative of who they are. It reveals that they would rather point fingers than take stock of their own actions. These people may offer apologies in an attempt to deflect responsibility, but such expressions of regret are often superficial and not backed up by action. The narcissist will be relieved if you give in to their manipulation and cease pointing out their flaws. Even if they refuse to take responsibility for their acts, we must do so to prevent this from happening. Those who try to downplay or ignore their destructive actions should be avoided at all costs. Narcissists who disagree with others and resort to hurting others to get what they want deserve to have their reasoning questioned and challenged. This may reduce the likelihood that others will believe their lies. Authentic narcissists will never apologize because they think they are immune to retribution. They aren't self-aware enough to see the gravity of their behavior. Please tell us about a time when you encountered someone whose poor choices were rationalized or justified. Your thoughts and opinions are greatly valued. Don't forget to subscribe and enable alerts to get notified when new videos are posted. I value your presence here today, and your input is very appreciated.